Hello everyone, Firecrest Gaming here and welcome back to another video. Now we are back on the Formula 1 2015 LMP Championship. And just before the video starts, I just need to put out a quick disclaimer. There are two races, as you can clearly see by the title in this. There are two races, Monaco and Canada, just because not much happened in them in terms of the amount of racing happened. It was quite good for a while, but it was not that long. So we're just going to have to go with what we've got. And also Canada has its disclaimer for starting in at lap 5. But with that, let's start Monaco, shall we? And so here we are, lined up on the grid for the Monaco Grand Prix. The 5 lights are on. Lights out, away we go, and get ready for carnage as we head down towards the first corner. Very good start there. Managing to get past Nico Rosberg, up the inside of, was that Alonso, and we just got Eric Sun in front of me as I lose my part of my front wing, which is just basically all of the front wing, because F1 2015 damage is it's terrible. And up the inside, and now Vettel has put me in the wall. Oh, thank you, I appreciate it. I've now got no front wing as we head through lap 1 and into Mirabeau. That's just great. Although we're still faster than the McLaren Honda, as you can clearly see. Get in the wall, you... Yeah, funny enough, I was not friends with the AI after this first lap. And Alonso was going very slowly there, not sure what was wrong with him. So we'll cut on to the end of lap 1 now. And diving into the pits. That was a close one. Right, into the pits. Obviously a very, very, very slow stop, as it normally is. But we're just going to have to continue on with that. And we're just going to have to keep going with it. So, but luckily now, since we're now on the prime tyres, I feel as though we could, this is a massive could go to the end of the race if we wanted to. Didn't need to do that. I didn't get any damage though, so it's fine. I'll tell you what, that one did scare me a lot. Now, have a look at the... We're cutting on to lap 4 now. And have a look at the top left. Pastor Maldonado, he's down to 15th. We've basically just spent the last few laps pushing as hard as we can, trying to make up the positions so we hit the insider to back. But still, no damage. We're just cooking the tyres a bit. That's the only damage we're getting from this, just tyre damage. We've gone away lucky. We have. So as we cut now onto lap 6, we are on the back of Maldonado. This is going to be a difficult move. I'm thinking line it up in Raskas. Here we are, through the final section. I've hit the wall. It's not too bad though, I managed to hold it. That was a pretty impressive slide, I think. That was a close one. Apologies, that was a close one. But yeah, we are unknown to 15th, so someone must have stopped. Not sure who it is. I think it was probably one of the player guys. Cause... Oh no, I remember. It was Boss MG. He'd retired, I believe. He'd crashed at the swimming pool section by now. So, yeah, we'll continue on now as we're trying still to get past the Venezuelan in the Lotus. Up the inside, side by side. This is close. Still maybe up the inside of the Lowe's hairpin. This is going to not end well, and it hasn't. Maldonado was just ghosted and he's got away because game favourites AI over myself. So as we cut now onto the end of lap 7, we're really riding the curves, really getting close to the walls. It's kind of what you have to do in Monaco. Now, how about a move on Maldonado and not messing it up? I said, and not messing it up. I can't get past this guy. This is impossible. So as we cut now later onto lap 8, we're still trying to make the move. Maldonado's really held us up now, and we really could do with getting past him. Very late on the brakes. And the ghosting system works perfectly to our advantage. That was a bit cheap, but now I'm going to take what I can get, to be honest, because this is very close. We had a bit of contact going through to back as well, but it's nothing too major. So there we are, up into P14. Cutting on to lap 9 now. So we've got a nice clear track ahead of us, so I think all we need to do now is just put the hammer down, go full speed now, and just try and gain the positions, and maybe we'll score some points. You know, it's always a possibility. But this is Monaco, so So exactly that can happen. We're out. I cannot believe it. We're out of the race. That's it. It is game over. We're out of the Monaco Grand Prix. The first retirement of the season. I'm having to walk away from the car. Honestly, though, what was worse than the fact that I had to retire after looking in a promising position was having to watch this. Because Rosberg is still the person I'm fighting with in the championship fight. And he was right on my tail. And I'm pretty sure we were so close in terms of points. And I had to just watch him go round and round and round. And LMP statistic had also crashed out at this point. So 3 of the 4 of us were now out. That left 1 runner, Dark Gunner 40. As we cut now later on into the race, we all came to the agreement that I don't think Gunner was going to get any points either. So he retired from the race as well. So that was a failure of a Grand Prix. And Sergio Perez, of all drivers, won the race. But all 4 of us ended up not finishing. It's Monaco. You have to kind of expect the unexpected, and that happened. So Sergio Perez won. Then it was Daniel Kvyat, Daniel Kvyat, Fernando Alonso, Carlos Sainz, Jenson Button, and Nico Rosberg ended up finishing much lower than he actually was. But on from a failure of a Grand Prix. And let's move on to just a failure for 2 of us. So here we are now, into Canada. As said, we're not starting in lap 5. I do apologise for that. But we're heading through the final chicane now, getting a fantastic run as it normally is. We've got spun at the start, which is why we're in P20, as is normal. These races are going downhill for me. Bahrain wasn't too bad. That was a pretty good race, actually. I like that one. Spain we won, Monaco we just retired from, and Canada we're down in P18 on laps and a third of the way through the race, which really not my cup of tea, not really where I like to be in the middle of a Grand Prix, to be honest. So up the inside of Fernando Alonso, but we are making around up and to P17 past Fernando Alonso. So cutting later on now to the end of laps, just into lap 7 I should say, apologies. Up the inside there of Perez, yeah, Perez. Nice clean cut move, though we are running side by side here into 3 and 4. That's close. We've got him covered, and we've got the move nicely done. P15 now. So Raikkonen's next. This is going to be a bit of a more difficult target to pass. It is Kimi Raikkonen. He is rather difficult to overtake. And I'm in Canada on a Red Bull. I'm very close to the wall on the exit there. Didn't intend to do that. But yeah, it's Canada and I was in a Red Bull, so this was never going to be the easiest or nicest of circuits, to be honest. I just had to hope for a bit of luck, and luck wasn't on my side. But as we head up the inside now of Kimi Raikkonen into the hairpin, and we've got the move done for the time being, but straightlinespeed.com is Kimi Raikkonen's middle name as he comes through on the left hand side, and he's just gone. There's nothing. I've got DRS, and there's nothing I can do. Into the final chicane. Had a bit of a slide there, which is why I had to cut the corner, or that would have gone horribly wrong. Apologies for that. But as we head now onto lap 8, we're trying to get Kvyat, but not quite. Massive slide from the rear. As we tried to keep it in check, didn't work, and now Raikkonen's gone past as well. Back down to P15. Let's just try and make up the ground again. All is not lost. We could just make up the ground again, or we can lose our front wing and just kiss this race goodbye. Because now, well, it's not the worst place to lose the front wing. I've lost the front wing. I'm going to have to put the primes on, which are slower. Yeah, this race, I said it was a shambles for 2 of us. I'm not going to reveal who the second person was just yet. But the first person was me. So there we are. I'm just going to skip to the end of the pit. And this is how bad it was. The race leader, who was dominating the race, Boss MG, has lapped me. I feel this is awful. This could not be going worse right now. Although, frankly, if I was going to lose, I was going to go out with a fight. So we're going up the inside of Boss MG, or is he going to get the traction? He is. And there's not much I can do here. I've got slipstream. I'm going to have DRS in a minute. There we go. Heading down the back straight. And not quite. And a penalty. That was truly deserved, that one, but still, just come on. And don't worry, it still didn't end there. We're gonna cut. We're on lap 10, obviously, trying to get past. That's Jensen Button. Up the inside of him, up the inside of Raikkonen as well. So we're back with our old nemesis in P17. He just pushed me up the inside into turn, what, 7? I think that is. What, you can have a look at back at that. But he just pushed me into the wall. He just hit my front wheel and pushed me into the wall. Then I got my pit entrance wrong and got a 10-second penalty along with the 3 I already had. So, and now I was a lap down on Dark on a 40. So surely this could go right. Okay, that's it. That's it. This race is a write-off, and I'm done. However, it was about to get worse for one of us. The second person who this race was going to be a shambles for was indeed Boss OMG. He told me what happened after the race, but he kept getting unfair. He said unfair corner cutting warnings or track limit warnings, and he got disqualified from the race. And once again, Nico Rosberg running around in second place. I don't like to see this. Luckily, though, there was a saviour, and it was in the form of LMP statistic, as he hunted down Rosberg and tried to get him for second place. Meanwhile, all that time, this man, Dark on 40, picked up where Boss MG had left off at the front of the field. He just led from there on out. He had a massive, massive gap to Nico Rosberg, and he's coming out of the final chicane. And you know what he's about to do? He's going to pick up his first win for the LMP Championship. Meanwhile, we cut back to LMP statistic of Rosberg. Statistic weaving about on the straight there, trying to hold him off. Bit aggressive there, but we can let him off. It's against Rosberg, I don't care. And he's going to come through for a Williams 1-2 and then an LMP 1-2. So the race is over, and as much as I don't win, I like to see Dark on 40 win. So let's cue the music. So that's the end of this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Next time will be Austria, and it will be a full race, hopefully, because that one is a good one. So, yeah, I'll see you then, guys. And congratulations, Dark on 40. Goodbye.